Okay, so I'm back home now. Finishing Top Talent, and the verdict is I didn't make it to the third round. Why? I don't know. But it is okay. Yeah, I left the audition quite satisfied, if anything. To be honest, I don't think I actually walked into the audition with the right attitude. It's something that I just tried out. So, yeah, I think I'm satisfied. I went out with a bang. I sang Katy Perry's Fireworks song. And I got a standing ovation. Like, everybody, when I finished, it was like a roar, you know. So that was satisfying. At the end of the day, I know I can be a good performer. And I was told that as well. So I got nothing but compliments, you know, the entire day after my performance. So that was awesome. Got to meet some really awesome people, including the judges. By the end, I got CJ's information. I got Miss Coco's information. She's pretty awesome. You know, she's pretty knee-deep in the industry, so I got some insight from her, which I will probably blog more about, considering that she gave me some news that was kind of discouraging, but kind of encouraging. I believe everything happens for a reason, and I think she and a lot of the other people I met were that reason. So, yeah, satisfied. Yeah. What else? So yeah, there were supposed to be 12 people. There's 8 that they chose straight out, and then 4 they decided to save. So each judge got to choose one person extra to, you know, put on to the final round. I don't really have a comment either way about the people that were saved. I think everyone did. The people that they did choose, I think were good. There were 2 I was like, yay! So that was awesome. I'm saying a lot. That's not very sexy, but anyway. So it was a really awesome experience. It was a lot of fun. Got to mess with a lot of people. So, but yeah, let me move on real quick. Talking to Miss Coco, it would seem that I need to change my plan a little bit. I was so like, I need to do this, I need to rush, I need to do that. I'm not in the industry in the capacity I want to be, but at the same time, I really only have myself to blame for that. I should have studied harder, I should have worked harder, and I haven't. I think I can honestly say that I have been wasting a lot of time. So, and with my visa it's nearly impossible to do what I want to do. It's nearly impossible to achieve my dream here in Korea. And I need to work on that. It's seeming more and more like I'm going to have to disappear for a while. Probably have to end up going to the countryside, unfortunately, where it seems like I'm going to need to just take the time to work on myself, take a year, and really like gun for the exercise, gun for the Korean lessons, gun for myself and fixing my physical being. That seems to be the message I was supposed to receive there, on top of working harder, but working harder in what capacity, working harder in what road, on what road, towards where. And I mean, I don't want to go back home. If I do, I end up moving back to, I'll move to LA, definitely. I'll have to move to LA. There's just no way around that. From there, I guess you guys can see my mind is kind of, I'm working, the hamster is running, no, poor hamster. But at the end of the day, I really only have myself to blame. I'm not really a competitive person, but I want to enter a competitive industry. Those two kind of don't go together, so there's definitely some changes that need to be made. From there, it was still a lovely experience, and it was a lot of fun. I kept flirting with MC or DJ Lucid. It was hilarious. DJ Lucid. He's so cute, and he has such an amazing voice. So yeah, it was a lot of fun with him, especially I got my pictures with him. Yay! He's like, call me sometime. And I go, how am I going to call somebody whose phone number I don't have? But I guess that was the point. I should have been like, okay, let me have your phone number. But it was so, I was like, this is a joke, right? It's a joke, right? Not real, right? So I kind of backed off on it, and I was like, so let's do it this way. So when I think of you, you'll feel it. And when you think of me, I'll feel it. So, and then after that, I saw the other judges. One of the judges gave me a kiss. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but you're amazing. I was like, oh, thank you. And CJ, the person who put it on, actually, said the most encouraging things. So that was awesome. He told me, he's like, you have to come back next year when we do Top Talent next year. Although I don't know what I'll do. Like, I don't know if I'll do it or not, but it was definitely encouraging to hear those words and to really see the sincerity coming from him that, you know, I have potential, you know, that I have potential and that he wants to see me again. So that's pretty awesome. So I added him to Facebook. He let me add him to Facebook, so that's awesome, you know. Let's see what else. There were quite a few people who didn't. Even the person who did Superstar K didn't make it. Now, for whatever reason that may be, I won't speak further on it, but just to let you know, there were some people who have been doing things in the industry here in Korea that also didn't make it. So, you know, it's an audition process. Some people make it, some people don't. You know, that doesn't necessarily reflect poorly on people. An audition is an audition. You go in with the thought of you may win some, you may lose some. That's part of the industry, unfortunately. So after that, after mingling with the people at the audition, after the audition had ended, you know, congratulated the people who won and things like that. During the audition as well, I think I was a little too supportive. Nah, just kidding. You can't be too supportive. But I was like, oh, yeah, you gotta be careful with your air, your birth control, things like that. Like one guy who actually was saved, I was cheering him on, Alex, and he was singing a lot, but I was telling him you should rest your voice. You know, your voice is already harsh. You need to rest your voice before you perform. And so he was like taking my advice, and he pulled through. I was so happy. I was like in the audience, like, do it. And like before he began, I was like, go Alex, you, yeah, like that. So I think I am grade A supporter. I wish I can get paid for supporting people, because I think I'm pretty good at it. I'm really good at supporting people. Yeah, I should get paid for that. I should look into it. Anyway, at the end of the day, I did it. At the end of the day, I signed the work. I traveled all the way down. I went to Myeongdong. I stood on stage twice. Did it. So now it just leaves up to the question again. Originally I had my mind set up of what I was going to do, but it seems like I'm going to have to change a few things again, so we'll see what happens. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry. Not in the sense of like, oh, this isn't worth crying about, but in the sense that I'll be okay. The realization of the way I may have to change my plans, that's a little upsetting. That would set me back a year, I think. I mean, if I want to call it a setback, yeah, but I'll just have to figure it out. As I said, you know, a lot of people said I have really a lot of talent and I'm a really good performer, and they thoroughly enjoyed my performance. So those are things I want to hear. Those are important. Those are the things you want to hear. So I leave satisfied. I left with food for thought. I left with more amazing friends, more amazing and talented friends, and on top of that, some of them I already knew. Like, there's like 2 girls from my church, and then there's one dude I met from the BSSK, the Brothers and Sisters South Korea Facebook group, a long time ago, He works at Paju. He works at Paju English Village. So it was like a reunion from like over half a year. I haven't seen him in forever. So I was like, I know you. Do you work in Paju? He's like, yeah. I was like, we know each other. So yeah, there's a lot of situations like that too. There was this young boy. He was phenomenal. He was 14, but he looks like he's like 8. Lucky kid, lucky kid. So yeah, we'll see what happens from here. We'll see. I guess I should end with like some cool ending, right? 네, 자, 탔습니다.